Time in YouTube, and welcome back to Theme Deck Corner. Today we are looking over the Growth Clash theme deck that was brought out back in Heart Gold, Soul Silver era. Similar to the Royal Guard theme deck that we looked at, this one is a very old deck that may not compete very well in today's format, but we're going to look over it just the same. We have two additional decks to go over as well. It'll be the Typhlosion deck and the Feraligatr deck to go with this one. So over the next few middle days of deck building, we have a few new theme decks coming your way. Anyway, let's take a look at Meganium, because this thing isn't a monster, but it's kind of cool. Meganium is a stage 2 grass type Pokemon with 130 HP, so it's not too bulky in today's standard. Back in the day, it was probably pretty bulky. It has Sleep Powder for 1 grass energy, which is actually not bad. It does 30 damage, which isn't too much, but you do get to put your opponent to sleep. This in turn lets you set up Giant Bloom, 1 grass, 2 colorless, only 60 damage, but you do get to heal 20 off of your Meganium, which we'll see how it does in Theme Deck. It's not a terrible card by any means. I've seen a lot worse. Next up, we're going to start off with our normal types, because we always get a ton of normal types. Starting with Meowth. We have 60 HP, he's a basic type Pokemon, colorless, with Payday and Dig Claws. 1 energy for the Payday, you get 10 damage, and you get to draw a card. Not bad. You also have Dig Claws, which is 2 energy and 20 damage. So, I can definitely see putting an energy on here for Payday. That's not a terrible ability, or attack, but I can't see us putting 2 energies down for Dig Claw. I can't. Next up is Effuret, 80 HP, stage 1, colorless type. Find a friend, you get 1 colorless energy to search your deck for a Pokemon, show it to your opponent, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. Thankfully, there is no N in this format, so the likelihood of you actually getting to keep your Pokemon is pretty high. It also has Quick Blow, 2 colorless energy. It's going to do 20 damage, and you get to flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 20 more damage. So, not bad. 40 damage. I probably won't set it up for that particular reason. Same idea with the Meowth. We'll go for 1 energy, find a friend, and be done with it. Next up is Sandslash, 80 HP fighting type Pokemon, stage 1, with Poison Sting, 1 fighting, 1 colorless, it's going to do 30 damage, and your opponent is poisoned. You also have Fury Swipes, 1 fighting, 2 colorless, it's going to do 30 times the number of coin flips as long as you get heads. So, you get 3 coin flips. So, I don't know about that one. Still no real powerhouse in this. And lastly, we have Metapod, 80 HP, Stage 1, Grass-type Pokemon with Green Shield. Each of your Grass Pokemon has no weakness. So this is actually a really cool Pokemon to have on the bench. It gives Meganium the ability to not be weak to fire, which gives it longevity in Theme Deck format. It has Sharpen as well, 2 colorless energy for 20 damage, but we really don't want to use Metapod. But overall, Metapod actually definitely can synergize well with the Meganium. As for the other Pokemon, I don't know how we're going to be with this one. But let's look at the items, because maybe that'll help us out a bit. We have a Moo Milk. Choose one of your Pokemon, flip 2 coins for each heads, remove 3 damage counters from it. Double potion, but at a risk. Not bad. We have a Pokeball. Flip a coin if heads, search your deck for a Pokemon, show it to your opponent, and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. A typical Pokeball. Next up, we have Pokemon Communications, and look at that Pikachu right there on the radar. Choose 1 Pokemon in your hand, show it to your opponent, and put it on top of your deck. If you do search your deck for a Pokemon, show it to your opponent and put it on your... Choose 1 Pokemon in your hand, show it to your opponent, and put it on top of your deck. If you do, search your deck for another Pokemon, show it to your opponent, and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So it's literally you take a Pokemon, take another one, switch it, and then shuffle your deck afterwards. It's a little poorly worded. That's why I got a little confused when I was reading it, but that's okay. It's a decent Pokemon. It's like getting a Ninja Boy, but it has to be in your hand. Anyway, we have Pokemon Reversal. Flip a coin. If heads, choose one of your opponent's benched Pokemon and switch it with your opponent's active. So it's ideally a, not a scoop up, Pokemon Catcher. That's pretty much what that is. We have a Switch. Switch your active with one of your benched. Not bad, not bad. We have 2 Bill. You get to draw 2 cards for your supporter for the turn. And you have 1 Professor Oak's New Theory. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6 cards. I actually like that. That's a nice supporter in a theme deck. Lastly, we have 11 Fighting Energy and 13 Grass Energy. So, we have a lot of energy. We'll see how this deck runs. Hope you guys are ready for a cool little match. We're going to be doing 2 matches only today. Like I said in a previous theme deck corner, we're going to stay to just 2 matches per theme deck. 3 is just too much, and it overextends the games a little bit. But with that being said, let's get straight into this match and see if we can get ourselves a win or loss in Pokemon TCG Online. Alright guys, our first match is against Bapeachu playing the Lugia deck from Fates Collide. So this is going to be a pretty interesting match as it is Fairy Fire. So we definitely want to get that Metapod to reduce our weakness to it. Bapeachu is going to get this coin toss. Whether or not they actually get the heads or tails is up to them. We lose the coin toss though. The Lugia coin has said so. And they're going to decide if they want to go first or second. That I don't know. I have been having definitely a lot more issues with TCGO the last little bit. I can't believe how buggy this game is right now. Like I'm actually, this is like my 3rd match trying to record for this one. We have been trying to reconnect a bunch of times and I'll lose the match halfway through. And I don't mean me losing as in the wheel. I mean I lose full on connection. And it's like, seriously? That was a gorgeous match. Either way though, not important. I'm just kind of venting. Apologies aside, let's see how Chikorita here can do. I just need to wait for my opponent to play their basic Pokemon down and it'll be all good. Like I said, connections have definitely been a little difficult, so this might be due to that. We are going to drop our Caterpie and our Chikorita, and then that'll be it, and then we're going to go done. We're going to see what our opponent plays. We led the Meowth because I can start drawing a few additional cards. Caterpie's really good for just being in the back seat to get rid of that fire weakness, if I can get the Metapod, of course. And Chikorita is going to be our main attacker if I can get the Meganium entirely. So we'll see how this goes after our opponent finishes selecting their Pokemon. Oh boy. I've got 4 videos to record today, and if this is how TCG is going to be, it's going to be a long day. A very, very long day. Yeah. So how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Oh, there we go. There's a Pokemon on the bench. There's 2 Pokemon on the bench, even. Maybe a 3rd? Nope, no 3rd one. Alright, we see Fennekin, and Fennekin. Well, I'm going to put this energy onto my Chikorita in the back to start setting it up, because I don't need it wasted on the Meowth just yet. I am only going to go for paydays just to draw cards, and then hopefully get the right structure to get Chikorita and Caterpie going. My opponent might need a few extra minutes to figure out what cards I'm playing, so that is 100% understandable. She may not have seen these cards prior. This is a Heart Gold, Soul Silver theme deck after all, so you never know. We do see a Wally come out onto the field, which means that one of the 3 Fennekins is going to become a Braixen, and it's going to be the active one. Having the Destructive Flame, Crackling Ribbon attacks. Does go for the Destructive Flames, and does not get... Ah, that's good to know. We do get our Metapod, which means we are now not weak to fire. We are going to drop a energy down onto Meowth, and we are going to go for a Payday, which is only going to do 10 damage, but I do get to draw an additional card, which is going to be another energy card, which does not technically help me out at all, but I guess I'm not drawing it, so that is a benefit. We're going to take a lot more damage here from the Crackling Ribbon. We still live on 10, which is not bad. We can still get another card here. Still not getting any help here. We need to go into this one. Oh, we'll drop that here. We're going to go for a nice big Payday. Another 10 damage down. We'll not be able to get this. I don't see us taking a good chunk here. Just due to the fact that Chikorita is going to get one-shotted. Well, maybe not one-shotted, but still. We do see an energy drop onto the Snubbull into the back. We do see Crackling the Ribbon. And our opponent is going to take the very first prize of the game. I need a Bayleaf, is what I need. Because I need a way to get this additional damage out, because my opponent can two-shot me. We are not weak to the fire. please keep that in mind. We are not weak to fire, so that is going to be okay. We actually have a Sentret here. What do you have as your attack? Look at your opponent's hand as your ability. Well, I don't care about that. I'm going to go with the fighting energy on the Sentret and go for a switch. I would rather keep my Chikorita around. And we can easily go for a nice look. No, we want to go for Scratch. Why they switched those around, that confused me a little bit. But we're going to get a little bit of extra damage off. My opponent will have to do a couple attacks to get me out of here. But with that being said, I can retreat anytime here and go into my Chikorita to finish this thing off. Hopefully. Hopefully. I am not weak to fire, which is, I've stated a few times, very big, which is really, really good. We do see a Kangaskhan on my opponent's side with the tiny and mega punches. We do see a second energy drop onto the Snubbull, and we take 30 damage from the Blaziken. Now we get another energy card, which is not going to help us out at all. We do have our third energy on the Chikorita, so if I can get Meganium, it'll be fully set up, but I just don't see it happening. We're going to go for another Scratch, which just put this Braixen in 2-hit potential now from the Chikorita, which my opponent might find a little off if my opponent has not read the Metapod. But that is entirely up to my opponent here. The Snubbull is definitely a threat. And now that they're setting up the Kangaskhan and getting a Shauna, this is going to be a bad game. This is going to be hard. This is going to be hard. This is going to be fast. It's going to be painful. And my opponent does get the Lugia with pressure. So that is going to be another scary mon on my opponent's side. We need to get some evolutions going here. Alright, so we're going to go into Chikorita, because I am about to get my Metapod out of here. We get another Caterpie, which will just drop up there. We can drop some energies down on the Caterpie. I don't have a problem wasting energy on Caterpie. I'm going to go for a Razor Leaf, which will put this good old Braixen down to 60. Have I been saying Blaziken this whole time? I apologize if I have. My brain just said so. And I'm thinking Blaziken, but it's really Braixen. Or, you know, if I've been saying it right the whole time and making this up, it's just additional commentary that doesn't actually matter. Anyway, my opponent might try and knock me out in one shot here, which would be the ideal thing to do in any way. It's still damage. My opponent can go for tiny punches, does get a Tyranno, so we'll be able to draw 3 additional cards. Crackling Ribbon is not going to take me out, thankfully, to Metapod. Oh, and now we get the Bayleaf. Oh, now we got a Bayleaf. So I still want to... We're not going to waste that energy. You know what? We're just going to go for a nice Razor Leaf. If this had come a turn prior, I wouldn't have taken the 30 damage, which means I would have been in a much safer position. We do get another Fighting Energy, which is really not necessary, because the only ones that can use it are Sandslash, and, well, let's be honest here, I don't have any intention of playing Sandslash anytime soon. The good old Kangaskhan does opt to come in. Now, if I can get the Meganium, I'll try to put it to sleep. That is the only way we're going to win this matchup. My opponent does get a third energy down on it as they play a Jigglypuff and goes for the Tiny Punch, which is going to do 40, so I'm at good old 20 HP left, and we don't get anything. Instead, we get a nice fighting energy. So I'm going to start setting up this Metapod because I need extra damage. We are going to go for the Razor Leaf, which will do 50 damage, but my Bayleaf will go down this turn. Nothing I can do or say about that. Yeah. That's a massive attack for Tackle. Like, for a 30 HP bug, 20 damage from a Tackle? That actually hurts. This Caterpie line's actually kind of cool. I like it. I really like Green Shield. Green Shield is a very good card. But my opponent will be able to claim this match here, and with the 100 damage, we'll be able to take both of my additional mons out. Unfortunately, we did not see the benefits of this deck into this first match, but that's okay. Any theme deck can go... Oh my Jesus, we get another Caterpie. Well, here we go. My bugs are going to win this game. Right. No. We are going to go for a 20 damage hit onto the Kangaskhan. We might knock out the Kangaskhan by the end of the game, but there's no way I can knock out that Lugia. There's no way. We take 40 damage, which means we are going to unfortunately go down. I am going to go into my second Caterpie, which is going to get this nice, glorious fighting energy, and I got Moo Moo Milk. That's not going to help me here. Not when I've got 30 HP and he's got 100. We are going to go for a tackle. There is no way my Metapod can knock this thing out. No way. No way. It's going to live on 10. It's going to live on 10. We do see a second energy drop onto the Lugia in the back. Goes for a tiny punch to knock us out, which is understandable 100% of the way. And my Metapod is the last Pokemon, and we're going to get a Grass Energy to seal the deal. So we are going to just go for a Sharpen, do 20 damage, let the Kangaskhan sit in there and be like, I'm a wall, and I just beat you up. That's okay. 100% understandable. That is unfortunately how some of these games go, but I am hoping that the next match I can at least showcase some of the synergies in this deck, because there is a ton of really cool stuff if you get it all working, but that's theme decks, if you can get it working. But we will lose right here. The Mega Punch is going to take us out. 100 damage, down goes Metapod. My opponent claims all their prizes, and I'm hoping that in match number 2, we'll be able to get a little bit further than just Bayleaf. Maybe we can showcase the Meganium in all its fun action. But it'll be just after this good ol'... And our second match is against Kitty Litten 5, playing the Luxray deck from Breakpoint. We'd see the Gyarados coin. Is Kitty Litten gonna get the good ol' coin toss? Are we going to actually go first in this match? I don't know. We're going to have to let the coin decide, see if it works out. If not, oh well, our opponent will get to go first and we get to go second. We lose the coin toss, so it's not a big deal. So our opponent's going to probably go first here, as they do, and we're going to be able to go second. We do get to start with a Sentret, but I might actually lead with my Sandshrew right now, just due to the fact that I don't really have anything else. Problem with this deck is over a third of the deck is energy, so the likelihood of me getting anything that I actually want, it's not very high. It's not very high. Don't get me wrong, that's theme decks in general, but we do see the Blitzel lead, so we'll actually be able to have super effective against it, which is good. And we do see a Drowsy. Our opponent's going to go straight either into a Hypno or a Zebstrika as it does. And damage from the attacks of your lightning Pokemon isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Awesome. We actually have a Sandslash going here. I do want to go for the good old switch. And we land it, so up comes the Drowsy. We're going to do 10 damage. Roll out 10 damage. Which is perfect. It's going to stall my opponent a little bit. Just a little bit, and then we're going to be able to get this good old Sandslash underway. Never mind, my opponent is now a Hypno. Oh, this is going to be painful. We see a Professor's Letter come through, so they'll be able to get 2 basic energies from their deck and put them on top of their Pokemon any way they want. Well, not on top of their Pokemon. It goes into their hand, then they can play one. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't mind me. We do see the second Lightning Energy hit the Zebstrika, and we're both going to go to sleep here. Now, it does not matter. I do have the Sandslash in the back, so I'm going to wake up regardless. And our opponent does wake up as well. I do not want to evolve yet. I don't think. I'm going to just go for another roll out. And the reason for this is I want to get into that Fury Slash range to take out this Hypno. If my opponent does put me to sleep and I stay asleep, the evolution is going to help me wake up and I'll be able to take out this Hypno. I could have also made a huge play right now, or huge misplay, and this Crushing Bolt Zebstrika can come in and knock me out. But either way, we do go to sleep. I do not wake up, my opponent does not wake up, and I have pretty much what I want. We're going to go for a Grass Energy, we're going to drop our Sandslash down, and we are going to go for a Fury Swipe. If I can click it. There we go. Nope. 1. Oh. Only 30 damage, and it does stay asleep. I don't know if you can use that ability while you're sleeping. Will be interesting to see. Our opponent cannot attack or retreat it, which is huge. Sandslash is going to be a nice big wall for now. Oh my mouse is... My mouse... Oh, you can still use it. We do wake up though, which is fantastic. My mouse is being bugged. Might be due to cat hair, I'm not sure, but it is definitely bugged. Like you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can see it, but my screen just does not want to play it properly. Either way, we can start setting up our Chikorita in the back. We can go for a nice Poison Sting is a guaranteed 30 and it'll knock it out. I lie. It'll only do... Oh, it'll knock it out due to poison. That didn't matter. And we're going to get a Pokemon reversal, so we'll be able to claim whichever Pokemon we want from our opponent's side, being the Luxio or the Zebstrika. The Zebstrika is scary, but it's not as bad. I have a lightning resist of 20, so I'm only going to take 30 from this thing. And I'm more threatened by that Luxray. We take 30, which is fine. We are going to go with the Moo Moo Milk, see if I can land a coin toss here. We get one, so we're going to heal off that 30 damage. We are going to go with this. We do not land it, so unfortunately we are against Zebstrika. Kind of wish it was the other way around. We could take out the Luxray, but we can't. We're going to send Metapod back to the deck, as we are going to look for our Bayleaf. And now we just need... We see that Meganium is in the deck, so it's not prized. It's not in any way, shape, or form in a bad position. It's just needing to be grabbed. If we can land 2 Fury Swipes right now, that would be awesome. 1, 2. Zebstrika is out of there. Weakness. We are claiming Sandslash, doing the job. We got a Sentret, does not matter. I think we're going to be okay as long as our opponent doesn't get the, well, Snarl. Snarl cannot take me out. He only goes for the Bite, which does 30. Still a good resistance. We do get Caterpie here. And we do get good old Sentret. Now, we do need to try and knock this thing out as best as we can. Or do we go for the Poison? It'll do 60 damage and Poison. Yeah. The long term is better. The long term is better. Because this is the thing we're worried about most. And I've already done 70 damage to it. I just need to get more energy right now. Unfortunately, my opponent did get a Professor's Letter, which means that our Sandslash is going to go down. But with the Poison, it's on a timer. We'll have the ability to sacrifice a few of our Sentrets and hopefully get the Meganium and the proper energy pretty soon. So we do see the Snarl come through. It does 80 damage. Oh, we couldn't have lived it anyway. I keep thinking resistance is 30. But we are going to just let our Sentret come up. Our opponent's going to take 10 on our turn, 10 on his turn, so it'll be at 90. We do get a second Grass Energy, which I'm just going to throw down onto my Bayleaf, and I'm going to pass the turn. If I can get another Grass Energy, will be perfect, because even Bayleaf can take out the Luxray at this point. Not with Hammer Arm, though. Cannot do it with Hammer Arm, and I cannot sacrifice my Bayleaf. I have no problem you taking additional prizes here. We are going to send in our Sentret. You're going to take another 10. And then it'll be our turn. And we get a Fighting Energy, which is beautiful. So we'll be able to now take out this Luxray. Battle's pretty much going in our favor, it looks like. Which is nice. Which is nice. These older decks do struggle a little bit with the newer cards. Due to the fact that they're higher damage. And oh my, there's an Electivire now that we have to deal with. Oh boy. My opponent will be able to claim my Sentret. Does not, though, and decides to switch out. Very nice play on my opponent's part. Just deciding to switch out. Good play, because that Snarl can take me out. I can't take out... I cannot take out that thing without having... Oh, we're not doing so hot. We are not doing so hot. I have to retreat. My Sentret's still going to go down here to the Electivire. We see the additional energy hit the Luxray. Misty's Determination go off, which means he can get any card she wants from the top 8 cards after discarding the Scorpio, which really didn't matter. And we're in trouble. I thought we were going to be okay. But this Electivire not only came in, but our opponent made a fantastic play of retreating and not letting us have that prize. I need that Meganium to come out. I need that Meganium to come out. I have no choice. I do have to sacrifice my Caterpie. We get a Meowth, so we get a Pokemon, but not the card we're looking for. I'm not getting energy. I'm not getting anything that I can really say, hey, look, I can sustain some damage. Oh, we are at our ropes right now, and there's not much we can do about it. Our opponent's deck is just running far superior to us right now. Our opponent does get the Tyranno to draw 3 additional cards. I wish I could draw 3 additional cards, but I can't. We see that our opponent has a Perugly now on the field and gets that 3rd energy onto the Electivire for the Electro Slug, which is just going to one-shot me. It's not a big deal. I am still going to sacrifice Pokemon. It's going to be good old Meowth. If I can get an energy card, I can get an additional card here. I do get an energy card, so I'll be able to get 10 damage and an extra card draw, which could mean I could get my Meganium. I get a Bayleaf. It was close. The game knew I wanted Meganium, gave me a Bayleaf instead as compensation. Electro Slug is going to knock out my Meowth. I have to go up as the Bayleaf now. There's nothing I can do. I cannot take this game. There's no way. No way I can take this game. We get a nice grass energy, which is not going to help us out here. Unfortunately, Bayleaf does not have any status conditions. We're just going to get our Razor Leaf off. And unfortunately, we're going to go down. But with that being said, our opponent's deck worked fantastic. My opponent made a fantastic play of switching out that Luxray, so we didn't get that additional prize card, which could have mattered. Not that it would have given us Meganium, because we knew Meganium was in the deck, but it may have been a draw supporter or draw card that could have gotten us into that card. So very good play on my opponent's part for sticking that out. But that is unfortunately it for today. We did get 2 losses. This deck has a lot of potential to it. If you can get Furret out, and it can grab you any card you want, as long as you're not playing against a fighting type deck that can take me out in one shot. That did happen. Not on the recording, but it did happen in practice. There are a ton of Pokemon communication devices, so if you have a bad Pokemon, make sure to hold on to it. You can potentially switch it out. I did make a few of those mistakes in these matches, whether I recorded them or not, I don't remember. Like I said, there's a lot of games, and the game's hiccuping right now, so that happens. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the theme deck. I will be back on Tuesday with the Typhlosion deck, and we're all set up ready to go for Sun and Moon soon. So we have a ton of decks as well in deck profiles, and if you guys haven't seen it, make sure to check out Deck Wizard that hit last on Sunday with our Genesect. We'll have Meloetta as well for Sunday. TCG is going nowhere fast. We have tons of content coming for you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying every last moment of it. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. But until then, time out.